Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will present our group forum, which is the title for this forum is we will discuss about the role of OSH legal requirement in business management and occupational safety and health act in Malaysia and its sales features. I am Amarazi bin Abdul Aziz as your moderator for this forum. I will introduce the participants of this forum. First, we have Hamdan Shakirin bin Muhammad Amir. Second, Amirul Mukminin bin Hairul Amri. And last but not least, Muhammad Zulkarnain Amin bin Razali. As you know, this forum will conduct you to understand and to observe the OSH in the Malaysia. We will start our discussion with Hamdan Shakirin bin Muhammad Amir. Mr. Hamdan,
Yes.
can you give us three elements and the process need in order to develop OSHA management system to company?
Okay, thank you to Mr. Amar. So the three element and the process. First one is policy. OSH policy. The employer in consultation with workers and their representative should set out in writing of OSH policy. Worker participation. Worker participation is an essential element of OSH management system in the workplace. Second, organizing. We have a responsibility and accountability. The employer should have overall responsibility for the protection of worker safety and health, provide leadership for OSH activity and ensure that OSH is a line management responsibility which is known and accepted at all levels. Competence
Okay.
and training. The necessary OSH competence requirements should be defined by the employer and arrangement established and maintained to ensure that all persons are competent to carry out the safety and health aspect of their duty and responsibility. Documentation.
Okay.
According to the size of the workplace and the nature of its activities, OSH-related documentation should be established, maintained, reviewed, devised as necessary. The documentation may be covered the OSH policy, assign responsibility, significant workplace hazard, and risk, and arrangement for their prevention and control. Record of OSH activity, work-related injuries, ill health disease, and incident, OSH national law and regulation. We go to the next part. Communication. Arrangement and procedure should be established and maintained for receiving, document, and responding appropriately to initial and external communication related to OSH. Ensure the internal communication of OSH information between the relevant level and function in the workplace, and ensuring that the concerned ideas and input of workers and their representative of OSH matter are received, considered, and responded to. Last but
Okay.
not least, planning and implementation. Initial review. The editing OSH management system and relevant arrangement should be elevated by an initial review as appropriate to provide a baseline from which continual improvement of the OSH management system can be measured. In the case where no OSH management system exists, the initial review should be served as a basis for establish an OSH management system. The initial review should be carried out by competent person in consultation with workers and or their representative as appropriate. We have system planning, development, and implementation. The purpose of planning should be to create an OSH management system that supports. First point, as the minimum compliance with national law and regulation. Second point, the element of OSH management system. And the last point, continual improvement in OSH performance. Arrangement should be made for educate and appropriate OSH planning based on the result of initial review, subsequent reviews, or other available data. This planning arrangement should contribute to the protection of safety and health at work and should cover the development and implementation of all the OSH management system elements. We go to the next point. Occupational safety and health objectives. Consistent with the OSH policy and based on the initial or subsequent review, measurable OSH objective and requirements specific to the workplace should be established. This
Okay.
should be consistent with national laws and regulation, focused toward continual improving workers' OSH protection to achieve the best OSH performance. Reality and achievable, document and communicate to all relevant workplace function and level, periodically evaluate and if necessary updated.
Okay.
That's all.
So, it mean the element you say is first policy,
Policy, yeah.
second organizing,
Yep.
and the last one is planning and
Planning and
implementation.
implementation. Yes.
Okay, okay. For our for your explanation is very clear and I easy to understand. Okay,
Thank you.
we will go to the next question. What is the challenge for the future development of OSH management system? Can you answer my question, Mr. Hamdan? Mr. Hamdan?
Yes, of course, Mr. Amma. Thank you for the question. So the challenges is, as we have described, OSH management system do not function as independent system, but are
Okay.
impacted on by a range of initial and external factors. So the compatibility with a changing external environment and the development of an initial context that is supportive to us suggests that the main challenges for the future development of occupational health and safety management system. There are some points that we should understand to make
Okay.
OSH MS better suit to the changing world of work where production is increasingly outsourced and risk can be easily shifted to partners in the supply chain or to contingency workers. So there's several point is to develop OSH MS that contribute explicitly to organizationally
Okay.
organizational strategy and business goal as well as deliver OSH benefit. In this respect,
Okay.
the growing attention to corporate social responsibility form an opportunity to develop innovative OSH MS and OSH strategy. So the next point is to factor business ethics and organizational learning
Okay.
processes into the design and functioning of OSH MS. This implies additional dimensions such as business,
Okay.
ethics, and value management.
Okay.
So
Okay.
last but not least, to develop useful and particular set of performance indicator in order to monitor and steer the development of OSH MS and OSH performance. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamdan. So we will consider that there are a few factors that we should know. Alright, right?
Yep.
Okay. And thank you again to Mr. Hamdan for
Sure.
share their knowledge about the OSH. For the next question, we will go to Amirul Mukminin. Are you ready, Amirul Mukminin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. For this question, can you share how to us about the sorry, can you share that about the why the safety and health culture is so important to management?
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share about the why the safety and health culture is important to management system.
Okay.
Safety and health culture within a company is closely linked to the workforce attitude in respect to safety. They share the
Okay.
company risk, accident, and incident. According to the Glendon and
Okay.
McKenna 1995, effective safety management is both functional, involving the management control, monitoring, executive, and communication subsystem, and humanized, involve leadership, politically, and safety culture subsystem paramount to safety culture. The role of management and the involvement of the employee as important key play in safety and health culture are important in order to cultivate the positive belief, practice, norm and attitudes among all in the company. For a building
Okay.
safety culture on so many diversities is not an easy task, but it had been proven that companies with a good safety and health culture have employees with positive pattern of attitude towards safety and health practice. Companies need to gather safety-related information, measure safety performance, and bring people to learn how to work more safely. Carbon 2005 also identified four critical indicators of safety culture that are include the effectiveness communication. It leads to
Okay.
commonly understood goal and mean to achieve them at all levels. Second, good good organization learning, whereby organizations are able to identify and respond appropriately to changes. Third,
Okay.
organizational focus upon health and safety. How much time and attention is essentially paid to health and safety. The last one is external factor, include the financial health of the organization, the prevailing economic climate, and impact of regulation, and how well these are managed.
Okay. So you mean that the culture so important in management is the critical indicator? Am I right?
Yes, that's right. That's
Okay,
how
it's
you
very
manage
clear.
the case.
Okay, thank you, Amirul Mukminin.
Alright.
I see Muhammad Zulkarnain so long be silent.
Yes.
Can I give you a question for the this OSH about the in Malaysia?
Yeah, I've been waiting for too long to answer your questions.
Yeah. Okay. For your opinion, okay.
Yeah.
Please, uh, for your opinion, please share to us. But how to improve workplace safety and health?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Marazik, for giving me this opportunity to join this forum. All right.
Okay,
I
welcome.
am answering for answering your question. Before that, we need to know what is the continuous safety improvement. So, it is commitment to constantly analyze your safety performance through fact-based data to address root cause and the system weakness as soon as they are identified, and to experiment with change that will lead to a long-term system improvement. Sound great in
Okay.
theory, but as with all things in life, there are things that can stand in a way of promoting a safer working culture. So, how to improve workplace safety continuously? So, basically, I highlighted 5 points, which is firstly, include professionals. So, for include professional, work with occupational therapists, clinicians, and other safety
So
professionals.
sorry, Mr. Zulkarnain.
Yeah.
I see you have a lot of nervous that. So can
Uh,
you just answer this question slow and steady because we should clear your voice.
all right. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. About I repeat again, how to improve workplace safety continuously. All right. So
Okay.
the first point, which is include professionals. So work with occupational therapists, clinicians, and other safety professionals to get a clear picture of the company's current position. Expert assessment allow you to see the safety culture from a new, valuable perspective and can highlight key areas for improvement. So that's for the first point. And the second point, which is simple is the key, right? Simple is the key. As mentioned above, a crucial factor in an effective safety strategy is ensuring everyone understand their responsibilities and can carry them out to make sign and training session easy to follow. Give all staff opportunity to ask questions and clarify any issue they have. And then for the next point, which is find the root cause. When an issue is spotted, it can be tempting to throw a quick solution and it can consider that job done. But if that issue keep reoccurring, it's time to find the underlying concerns. As a bonus, by drilling down and doing a root cause analysis, you can end up solving other issues that you had even noticed yet. And then
Okay.
next point was a positive reinforcement. Rather than using a system that seems to punish staff for reporting accident and missing targets, focus on rewarding behavior that leads to improvement, such as identifying problems, suggesting safety improvement initiative, and actively championing workplace safety. This will go some way towards nurturing a positive safety culture environment. All right, for the last point that I can highlight that here is include everyone. So employees at all level must be responsible for the health and safety culture. Even though strategies may be created and approved at a top management, it is frontline workers who will see the result firsthand. They will hold the vital information needed to make a further improvement and continue to improve the overall safety of the company. So it is important to uh, unify the entire workforce around the idea of continuous safety improvement. I'm sorry. One more thing. One more thing. Okay. Invest in a safety. So
Okay.
sorry. So even a safety, continuous safety improvement will be hugely beneficial to all aspects of your company, alongside a healthier interpersonal culture and improve mental health and colleagues. You will also see a significant reduction in costs, lost time,
Okay.
compensation, insurance rates. Over time, the amount of need to implement the solution will be reduced as the bigger issue are resolved. So the return of on investment for improved workplace safety speak for itself. So it is worth taking care to invest the time, resources, and finance into a strong safety strategy and solutions.
Okay, thank
Right.
you, Mr. Zulkarnain. At the first, you so nervous to answer
Uh,
my question.
uh, I speak. I would call the. Sorry, nothing.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you again for your share. So
Right.
I can conclude that there are 6 points that
Yeah,
can
six.
improve the workplace. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, as you know that there are 6 points you should understand and to memorize that how can we act the OSH in the Malaysia. Okay, can I give the one more question, Mr.
Sure.
Zulkarnain?
Sure. Sure.
Okay,
My pleasure.
okay, okay. For the next question, Mr. Zulkarnain,
Yeah.
on your opinion, can you share to us about the challenge to improve for the question I give to Mr. Hamdan is about to share the challenge to improve the OSH, and you I want you share the
Mhm.
challenge to improve safety and health at work. Can you share
Uh,
with us?
sure.
Okay.
Um, Sharing about the challenge to improve
Uh,
safety and health at
have you been
workplace.
experienced? Yes.
Yeah, for my on my opinion, the challenge of continuous safety improvement. Firstly, too much admin works. Our recent survey of EHS manager found that 66% find their job to involve a lot of paperwork, while only 55% were frustrated by the amount of manual data entry with the safety process involved. So some method and process can indeed be time consuming, and an
Okay.
employee can find it frustrating to have this process added to their day-to-day responsibility. So safety become an administrative burden for both safety staff and frontline workers, and so it can often be neglected. Eliminating paperwork can help you find the time you need to continuously improve your safety strategy. So so the next challenge was lacks of executive support. So
Okay.
ongoing safety improvement require ongoing financial support. So when the budget come into play, it may be difficult to get company leaders on board with safety initiative. So the problem is that the effect of new safety measures and procedure can only be seen in a long term. The benefits are not as uh, tangible as those that come from investing in better production equipment, and consequently the ROI isn't as easy to calculate. That's why
Okay.
many safety initiative remain on the back burner. And
Okay.
the other challenge that I think was over complication. So for the over complication, if staff feel overwhelmed with the number of rules, regulation, and process they are following, they may be more likely to accidentally forget them and cause more
Okay.
problem for the company. It is important to keep process simple and make sure the strategy can be followed by the staff member at all level. This will be include regular refreshers, clear reminders posted in the necessary areas, as well as encouraging staff to teach one another and work together to make sure all responsibility are fulfilled. I
Oh.
think that's all for my experience to improve safety and health at my workplace.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Zulkarnain.
Yeah.
Mr. Hamdan, do you get the point what the Mr. Zulkarnain give to us?
Yeah, of course. He give a 3 point. So
Oh.
as I know, too much admin works, lack
Yeah.
of executive support, and overcomplication. Is
Over
that right?
complication. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So easy to understand. Thank you for the answer from the Mr. Zulkarnain.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. We back to Mr. Amirul Mukminin.
Okay. Here.
Okay. Can you answer that? Why occupational safety and health is so important to our in the company?
Alright. Occupational safety and health is important because
Yeah.
it can take care mental health and well-being. Example, your employer must consider the condition you work in. OSH
Okay.
put the care of a duty upon every employer to make sure that their staff work in a reasonable condition and that
Okay.
their mental health is a top priority. Long hour few breaks, little recognitions, and impossible demand will quickly leave staff fatigue, stress, and suffering from poor mental health. At best,
Okay.
worker will suffer slight mental health problem and only require a break from a work. At worst, this could lead a life-changing and long-term mental health problem. Companies want to make sure that their staff are mental healthy and contributing to the business. OHS make sure that the staff health is looked after. For the second one is increase the awareness and safety working culture. You don't spend upon thousand of pound putting your staff on mandatory training cost just for the sake of it. OSH training costs all the way from the working at height to supply chain management are all designed to create awareness of workplace surrounding and create a safe working culture. This means this sound is good on paper, but it even better in practice. Once they have complete the relevant OSH training course, staff will work in much safer way and will understand how to minimize a workplace risk as they are learned to avoid hazard and raise concern about the potentially dangerous tasks. Workplace related injuries will reduce. This will keep workers safe and improve trust throughout industry. The last one
Okay,
is
see.
increase the productivity. Health staff are productive staff. When OSH is implemented correctly, staff should feel protected and loyal to their work. They know that they are being looked after while they are at work, and they don't want to be putting safety or their health at risk. This is also significant because when the staff speak up and raise concern about a potential hazard, they do so in the knowledge that their opinion will be listened to and considered. Colleagues trust one another and with a positive mindset will work efficiently. Fail to protect your staff with appropriate OSH measure and you will only see your staff retention rate decrease. Okay, that's all for my explanation today. Any
Oh,
question, Mr.
thank
Ahmad?
you. Because we have the enough time, so maybe that's all for the question for me for this forum. For okay, thank you for your explanation about the important the safety and health, Mr. Amirul.
Thank you.
Okay, again, I really appreciate to you three of you for join our forum to explain the OSHA management in Malaysia. So, I can conclude that understanding the concept of the OSHA management system will help us to understand the application of OSHA management system in Malaysia and regulation need to follow by industry. The rule and regulation are always protecting the worker safety and ensuring health workplace. The main purpose of the rule and regulation is to prevention the accident, ill health and injury at workplace towards development of safety culture. Many companies who have implemented OSH management system have report benefit for the increased operational e- efficiency, reduction in lost work days, favor, accidents, and medical claims. Recogn- recognition by insurer and regulator and improve workers' station and satisfaction. Organized with effective OSH management system, air positive returns and benefit on their health and safety investment. As you hear clear from my conclusion, and will end the forum with applause of thank you for Hamdan Shakirin, for Mr. Amirul Mukmini and Mr. Muhammad Zulkarnain Amin. And thank you again for joining our forum to know about the OSH management in Malaysia. Again, we will end this today with Assalamualaikum and thank you.
Hi,
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Salam.